hope you like the intro to this video. I tried to change things up a little bit, and I did promise, I think in a previous video for the Catalan series, that I was going to show you guys how I was on site shooting and just sort of like brief intervals of how I do things, and I just kind of wanted to create a little collection of that, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not going to bother either with the intro because it was already like a minute and I didn't want to, I just didn't feel like it was necessary. So yeah, there's no intro. I'm just going to get straight into this video, and it's more this video is going to be more of like a I guess you could say another update, informal chat. I really have absolutely nothing prepared whatsoever in terms of script, but I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I photographed today and talk about the image that I got today, or two images that I got today, which I thought were pretty strong. Now, when I arrived at the location, one of the things that I really wanted to do was to sort of, I had two tripods set up. I had my main tripod, which I'm recording with the EOS R right now. So I had that on my main tripod, photographing sort of like the Bay Area, the classic shot, I like to call it, the one which I always like to go back to because I always know it's reliable and I can always get a good image with it, or the majority of times I can get a good image with it. I'll show the image later on in the video on screen, but I basically set up my main tripod with the EOS R ready to like go. And as I was shooting, I set up another tripod which had my 7D, which is the one here. And that 7D was basically just like recording me. But the problem with that was that as I was recording, I was using my phone as my mic, because at the minute I don't have a shotgun mic, I don't have any way of recording audio. And this morning was so windy, and there were so many waves that you could just hear all of the waves crashing continuously. And even with this mic, it had spoiled the entire audio, in like the whole thing from start to finish. There was no way I was going to put that audio in the final edit, because it was just constant crashing waves and you couldn't hear anything. But in a nutshell, this morning was awesome, and I at least wanted to show you guys a little bit about sort of like the area, me taking photographs, and yeah, that was basically what this intro was. So just to give you a little info about Catalan Bay, the area itself, what I love about photographing it so much is that during the summer, the beach itself is incredibly packed, and I hate going to the beach. I love going to the beach, but I hate going to that beach because it's wall to wall with people. But the best part about that beach is that when you go at like 5, 6, 7 in the morning, there's absolutely no one, and it's dead peaceful. And that's one of the reasons why I love photographing there so much, because when there's absolutely no one, you can get some really spectacular long exposure shots, especially because the buildings are incredibly colorful. And I've already posted a few images which are on like my Instagram and on my website, and it's astonishing because I always go for the same composition, so I'm trying to shake it up at the minute. I'm trying to hopefully get some different areas where I can shoot at, but yeah, like I said, it's reliability, and that's why I love it so much, because when you get that long exposure shot and you get those waves that just like, it's incredible. And the lights from the houses are incredibly colorful, so you get like almost the reflection of the houses to some degree on the water itself as the long exposure shot is taking place. So yeah, I'll leave an image on screen right now of the photograph that I took this morning, and I'm super happy with it because there was this like ray of purple right in the corner that I've never shot in that area where I've seen that purple before, and it was like purple and orange that had just mixed together, and it was the most incredible complementary colors that I could ask for. So yeah, I was really fortunate to grab that shot. Initially, I had tried a different composition. Like when I first arrived, I went to an area which I knew was kind of open to the public. So I kind of went to, it was basically a parking area. And I went right down to the end, which I don't normally do. I usually stay, when I take the shot of Catalan Bay, I usually am in a very specific place. But this morning, I decided to go to the very end, and I took like an example shot. and I hated it. It was horrible. I had too much of the pier itself, and I because obviously I was using a wide angle lens. With the wide angle lens, I had no reach. I had absolutely eliminated the houses. They were so far in the distance that you couldn't even make out how this image was going to play. Like, it just didn't sit right. Compositionally, the angle was weird. I was on rocks, so it was like really shaky. It was just like, it was proper sketchy. So I was like, fuck this. So I got my stuff together and I went straight back to the location which I usually shoot at, which again, goes back to the whole reliability thing, and I know what I'm doing there. But I don't know, I just feel like that while I get good photographs there, I've yet to find an area within Catalan Bay that I can take an equally good shot, like the one which I'm so used to taking already. So yeah, in a nutshell, it was a good shoot. I was overall pretty pleased with how the two images, I ended up with two images, one of myself, which I think I'm gonna use for the thumbnail, and another image which was like the main image of Catalan Bay when I changed location and I got back to the usual place where I always shoot from there, and I ended up getting a pretty good one. So I was overall pretty happy with how the morning turned out, and yeah, satisfied. This morning was somewhat of a success. I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. The two images that I took, I think I'll be posting on Instagram, one of myself and one of the the usual typical image that I take in that location. So do stay tuned, follow me on Instagram, I post there quite regularly. If not, subscribe to this channel, it really helps, and do leave a comment if you found that the intro to this video was entertaining and you'd like to see more of that kind of style. So yeah, peace guys.